next guest is the oldest dog that we have for you on the show today. This is Earl, and he is listed as a pit bull mix, but Sean and I were just talking. We see a little bit more, American Staffordshire Terrier in his face. Pit bull mix is just a generic term for a lot of different breeds, actually. The American Pit Bull Terrier, Bull Terrier, American Staffordshire Terrier, a whole list of things that can kind of fall into that category there. And he is blue. There is often a confusion about what colors certain dogs are, and different breeds have different colors. Even though they look exactly the same, depending on the breed, it's labeled differently. So Earl here would be a blue and white. He's very, very handsome. He has a great big smile. He often likes to pull his ears back and look like, a land seal in his pictures. But he's a very sweet guy, about 5 to 6 years old, very affectionate, loves a good treat. He's quite eager to come up to the front of his kennel to get some tasty snacks. And he likes to give kisses, whether you want them or not. So a little bit of manners training on, when is appropriate to, give smooches. It might be nice. Not every guest that comes to your house might want to leave with their face smelling like Earl's slobber. He is a dog that is just going to be a great addition. He does really well with other dogs. We haven't had any issues with him there, so he's going to be a great asset to a multi-pet household. And he's just, a fun, cool guy who's looking for a safe spot to land in his kind of retirement years.
So Earl has some bare spots on his legs. Are they cause for concern?
So anytime we see things like this on a dog, we obviously have our vet check them out. And so these little spots of alopecia are things that we've seen before in the shelter. And they are very common for dogs that have been lying on hard surfaces. Some of those things, the fur may grow back. Some of them stay there for a long time. Some of our viewers may remember Tala, a dog who was with us for a long time. She had a lot of those things from kind of sleeping on concrete. And even though she ended up in a nice home for the rest of her life, she still had some of those bare spots. And he's not the only dog with some of those things. I think our older dog Saul has some of those as well. It's something that we do. We do a full exam on the animals and we check those things out. But this particular thing is not really a cause for concern for Earl.
So when I was looking at his profile, I noticed he knows some tricks. What are those tricks?
So yeah, they just kind of like left you hanging. They left you wanting to ask more questions. They just said, he knows some tricks, and then that was it. Earl does know sit, and he knows paw, so those are some things that he knows. So he's definitely had some sort of training. He came in as a stray, but he's definitely had somebody to socialize him a little bit, teach him those things. What else he knows, I haven't quite discovered yet. I tried down. He wasn't into that. So he still has plenty left to learn in his new home because he loves some treats, so that'll be a fairly easy thing to accomplish with him. If you're interested in teaching Earl more tricks, you can do that by making those first steps towards adoption. It is an application process, but you also want to make that appointment to visit, and you can do that by going to visitfcac.as.me. And of course, you can find downloadable applications at that link as well.